welcome to the NEC 2023 day 1. So this is the Friday. Obviously we're just opening up the stall and everything. My mate's just fiddling around with a latch on my car, and so this is our stand for this year. As you can see, we have a time machine over in the corner, and we've got Rich Hanlon's car here, and then we've got all the same banners and stuff around the back. Chris Parnham just turned up. Obviously we've got John and Tony, and Mike and Mary, Steve Pellegrini, and Chris Williams is hiding back there somewhere. So this year we are sort of surrounded by a lot of Japanese cars. So we've got obviously the S2000s, we've got Toyota Supras over there, RX-7s behind there, 300ZXs, Celicas, GTRs. We're basically just surrounded by JDM this time, which is quite an unusual place for us to put, but I'm not going to complain. So we're currently about ready to, well, I think the show's about ready to open at some point soon. So I'm going to gather some footage, as the day goes on, and sort of film a bit further around. I know last year somebody said that my videos for the NEC last year were quite shaky, so I'm trying a new setting. I've not got a gimbal this time, but I'm going to try and make sure the video stays a little bit more stable this time. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys in a bit. So that is day 1 done. So it's been very busy for Friday, which is surprising from last year. We've decided to move my car to there and moved Hanlon's car a bit further towards that car over there, just because people were finding it difficult to get sort of round my car being sat here. So we've put it there so people can gain more access to the front of the store. So yeah, so far it's been a fairly busy Friday, which is a change from last year. So there's David and there's Rissy, Steve, Hutchinson, there's Chris, and so yeah. So now we're just going to head to TGI Fridays now, and away we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the NEC. So obviously we've just opened up. We decided we're going to move all 3 of the cars down that way, just because people are obviously struggling to get this way. We moved my car a bit further forward, so it's a bit easy to get around because the gap down the side wasn't that great. So yeah, so this is how the stand looks now after Chris decided he wanted to change things up a little bit. So it actually looked a little bit nicer having the cars like that, but it does make it a little bit awkward for people to actually get round them a little bit. But it's only because of like where the time machine is compared to where everyone else is. It just seems a bit desolate in the middle, but otherwise it's all been fine. So yesterday was probably the busiest I've seen of a Friday, and today is just going to get even worse. Well, when I say worse, I mean it's not going to get that bad, but it's because obviously it's Saturday, so all the kids and everything will all be coming as well, which will make it a bit busier. So I'll just give a bit of a wander around what's sort of around here. So we've got all the Nissan 300Cs, which are very nice looking because they're very Mercedes-like, so it makes them look quite cool. Obviously, we've got the S2000s, we've got the 300ZXs, and over there we've got Toyota Supras, I can't remember what that. Oh, the Honda S800's behind there. RX-7's back there. GTR's over there. Toyota Celica Group, and then just all sorts of other cars that are all Japanese, so like FTOs and all sorts. So it's quite interesting being where they've placed us this year. Now, as you can see, Mike and my friend Toby are here, obviously manning the stand whilst we wait. We've set everything up quite nicely as well again. We're just waiting on Chris Williams to bring the key for the time machines. We're going to open that up and turn it all on. Yeah, it's about 20 to 9. So as you can imagine down there, it's just going to become a massive wave of people. So it's bound to get busy very quickly. So obviously over here we've got all the merch stands and things. I think David Abrams is wandering around over that way some way. He says he's going to have a wander around some of the rest of the halls. And the fair lady Z's are over there.
Please remove vehicles to enter areas. Thank you.
I think as well we've got MR2s there. I think over there are Miatas. Oh, there's a Miata right down there, right in front. Black one, there's a yellow one, I think. Now this is quite nice that I did see, this GR Yaris. And to be fair, they look very nice. I mean, they look just like a normal Yaris. But if you come around the back of it, there's obviously this really nice spoiler that they fitted to it. And that really nice diffuser. So, it has led me to tempted for one, but hello everyone, it's been a few days since the end of the NEC Day 3. Now I know this video is going to be a little bit shorter than the last year's NEC vlog. It's because this year I kind of wanted to enjoy the show and sort of talk to people with the car and basically do all the stuff that I did last year, but just more focused around my car and going to view the rest of the show. Because last year I didn't really get much of a chance to have a wander around because I spent most of my time looking after my car. So obviously that's where you'll see random segments of other areas of the show. So surprisingly this year it's been a lot busier than last year's. Mostly over the Friday, which was, well, the Friday and the Sunday was actually two of the busiest days. Saturday was just pure busyness, but compared to last year's, where Friday was actually quite calm and quiet, it was so busy. And we've all said this, that it was unheard of for a Friday show to be as chaotically busy as that was. So, I just want to say that my car did beautifully there and back. The only issue I had was with the headlights, because they still need some adjustments and things. But because of HS2 being cancelled and they'd started building, well, they started taking out all the roads around the NEC to put HS2 in, it sort of destroyed all the road markings and things, so it didn't really help with the low visibility of the headlights. So that's something I have to sort, but that's for my own series. But otherwise, I got there and back perfectly fine. Couldn't really quarrel with it, to be fair. So, there's a bit of a message from Chris Williams, is that he just wants to say a special thank you to everyone who had their cars on the stand and helped out over the weekend, whether it was like 1 day or 2 or 3 days. So he's quite impressed with that. We are going to change it up next year a little bit again, because we were having a discussion at the AGM that some people put their names forward and didn't get chosen. So what we're planning to do next year is sort of possibly try and make it a bit fair for everyone else. So obviously my car and Richard Hanlon's car won't be on the stand next year unless we're needed. So it gives everyone a bit more of an opportunity to be on the stand. So we're going to change the cars up a bit, as well as Matt Clark is going to try next year to get the mannequins that he said he was going to get for the factory uniforms that he was going to bring. So that's sort of our roundabout plan for next year. I'm going to focus on getting the video that we had on the display on the stand a bit more functional and a bit more to it, because otherwise it was just random clips of the Top Gear episode with the DeLorean with Chris Harris in. We had some stuff from the Peterson on their gold car, some old archive footage of going around the test track and Motor Trend and all sorts of just random clips. So I'm going to try and redo that for next year, which it might take some time, but otherwise I want to give a special thank you to my mate Toby, who came with me in my car, for helping Mary out over the weekend at the stand, because I know a lot of people in the club actually appreciated his help. Now, I know he's probably not going to see this, but hey ho, he's in here. So that's that. I also want to give a special thanks to Henry of Financial Regret, who actually did a wonderful job looking after my car, and there are some amazing stories in there, so if I can get him to do a bit of that, that'll be clipped in at the end of this to sort of talk about some of the unique experiences that he's had over the Saturday. And one is actually really, probably one of the best things I've ever heard, and I'll let him explain that at the end of this, because I can't put into words of how amazing this story is that he had. And it's been, Catherine DeLorean's heard it, and she was absolutely over the moon with it, and it just gives you the way I could explain it is, it just shows the power of, well, I don't even know what the word is, because it's so emotional that, it's, for it to happen with my car just makes it that much more special, that it actually did something good for somebody who would probably never have, done what he did. So I'll let Henry explain what's the whole story and a couple of his bits now.
So what happened at the NEC? Well, to be honest, I think with the help of William in this car, most likely we probably changed quite a few people's lives, gave them some inspiration and gave them something to hope for, to actually make them think and continue on working harder and being the next generation of people that will set this up. Because realistically, despite the fact that we're probably some of the younger ones in the DeLorean worlds, we're not going to be here forever, and those are going to be the ones that keep it going after us. And the one that I will never forget the most is a young boy, probably about 6 years old, walking around all three cars with his dad. I've got a nice photo from my mate Toby of all three cars put together. He was between the last two on the very end. And he was walking around there, his dad showing him around, pointing at bits. Absolutely wonderful. He loved it. He loved the cars. So I thought, why don't I go up to him? He's not going to get a chance to go and sit in the others. They were all fenced off because, well, fair enough, is what they were there to be seen. But I thought with that kid, he was not going to get much of a chance to sit in one, might not never get the chance again to sit in one. So I thought, go up there, let him have a seat. And I asked him, do you like these cars? And the kid said nothing. The dad was the one that responded to me. He said, he's mute. He doesn't talk, but he loves these cars. He's got little models, little Hot Wheels of them. He loves the film. So I went, oh, okay, well, I'm looking after this one over here, if you'd like to come and have a look. Probably shouldn't be wearing a glove for that, but oh well. He absolutely beamed when I said that. He looked at me with the biggest blue eyes I've ever seen on someone and just was in pure shock. Someone let him do it. Looked at me, and the dad said, well, really? Really, he can? Yeah, of course he can. Absolutely, why not? So we brought him over to the car. The driver's side guard wing was up. My spiel, whenever I let anyone sit in the car, was I'd slam the door. Well, without breaking the torsion bar, of course. I'd shut the door, make it look like I'm just going there. No, you can't. And then tell them, see that little handle there? Pull it. And watch their face as the door rise. It was always someone who was shocked, always someone who was surprised, always someone who was really happy. That's the response that we got. But this poor kid, bless him, he just wasn't strong enough to open the door. So I had to give him a hand with that. And when I did, same look, absolutely shocked, absolute bewilderment, adoration for the car. And his dad helped him in the car, so he didn't break anything by accident. And he spoke. He said 2 words, which that's all I would have needed. 2 words, and it got me and his dad choked up. So cool. I think that's the best way to describe what the impact these cars actually have.
And there you have it. So, hope you enjoyed that little segment from him. And if it's made you a bit teary-eyed, I don't blame you. So, that's going to be all for the NEC vlogs. It is technically December, as you can see by all the Christmas decorations when I'm filming this, so it is a month late, this little segment, and the whole video is a month late, but we'll be fine. So, I'm going to go back to filming stuff on my car, because I'm still doing some little bits. Next year we have quite a unique event that's come up as of late, which is a Back to the Factory tour. Well, Back to the Factory as it's called. The guys from the DeLorean Club Ireland, or DeLorean Owners Club Northern Ireland, have been back to the factory, and apparently the track is completely like in a dire state. And they all said, if we leave it till Eurofest 2026, if that ever happens, the track is just gone. So they're trying to organise with the owners of the factory and the track to get it cleared, get it tidied up, and then hopefully next year we're going to go as sort of like a pre-Eurofest, because they're undecided if it's actually ever going to happen again, because obviously with lockdown and everything that cancelled it last time, they're undecided if it's going to actually happen. So we've got that coming up, so I'll probably try and get a video set up for that with a bit more information when more information is available. As well, I think we have some other plans for some other events that are now going to be organised by Richard Hanlon, as he's now been somewhat appointed the events organiser, especially because of how good of a job he did last year with the Morgan/Malvern event. So that's now his sort of, he's taken on that responsibility of organising a few more events. I'm now the official social media secretary, which was, well, is an honour to be appointed a role official in the club. So, and like I said, I think 1 or 2 of the videos prior, I'm going to try and, make all the videos a bit more professional, like. So, probably a proper filming camera, at least with a proper microphone attached to me, because I'm guessing at the moment you could probably hear the birds that are sort of flying around up there somewhere. Oh, they're over there in the top of them trees. But anyway, that is all for this, and that is all for us for this year. There'll probably be a video come out on my car sometime after that, probably couple of weeks after this, so it's not all from us for this year, but in terms of events, that is us done for the rest of the year. So I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the new year.